again today for another Project Live Catch Up Friday video. So for today I've got week 26 for you, which is essentially mid last year, so the end of June really. So the first thing I am going to do is I am going to pick out a title card. Actually, before we start, I want to point out I'm going to be using products from Studio Calico, documented kit from September 2016 called Lost River, as well as a bunch of products from Ali Edwards and Felicity Jane Maggie kit, as well as the Hip Kit Club's Scrapbook kit from July 2016. So this 4x6 card, as you can see there, is from the free story kits. So Ali Edwards, sorry, not free, from Wild Story kit. And I only have a few items left from that kit, so I essentially just dekitted that and put all the, I guess, products in their kind of corresponding spots in my stash. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the number 2 and 6. I decided to use these two stickers here, which are from Studio Calico's documented kit. This one is actually from another documented kit, and it's called Brimfield. So it's a bit older. I think it's from Feb 2016. But any label sticker would be fine there too. And I've just stamped a date there, and I realised that I stamped the wrong date. So it's supposed to be the 22nd of June rather than the 26th. So now I'm just thinking what I want to do to cover that, because I want to keep this card. So I decided to use this label piece here, which I have die cut using my Silhouette Cameo. And I printed I guess a digital file, which is from Studio Calico. And I did actually have a tutorial video, just in case you're interested, and I will link it down below, just in case you want to see how I created that. I also added that sticker, which is that puffy sticker, that hard one, which is actually from the Hip Kit Club's Scrapbook kit. So it's it came as part of the stickers from the kit. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some labels here, which essentially from my stash. So I'm just going through a bunch of them that I've got and just seeing which one I guess fit the story. And I decided to go with these two. The green one is actually from the Studio Calico kit, and the yellowish one is actually from, I think it was on a Week in Alive, Ali Edwards Week in Alive kit, which I've got a few stickers left, so that's what I have used there. And the next thing I'm going to do is, so I'm not going to do much to that photo on the right of it, but the next thing I'm going to do is I want to create my own journaling card for the spot in the center left there. Actually, the next one I'm going to do is going to go on the center right. So I picked out this pattern paper, which is essentially a cut apart sheet. So I cut them all up, well, cut most of them up. And this sheet is actually from the Felicity Jane Maggie kit. So I just trim up, well, actually I cut a portion out, just mainly because I don't really need the whole thing. And now I'm just going to add this kind of I think it's a badge, yeah, a badge here, which is from the Felicity Jane kit as well. Excuse me. And what am I doing next? The next thing I'm going to do is now I'm going to create another journaling card for that spot there on the center left. And once again, I'm just kind of pulling out a pattern paper that I want to use, and this one is actually from the Hip Kit Club. I really like this pattern. It's almost like hand-drawn lines, but you get and in squares or something. Yeah, they're just a bunch of squares put together, and it's actually really pretty. And I think it's designed by Kim Watson, and it is a Hip Kits exclusive product. And this one is actually, once again, from the July 2016 Scrapbook kit. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this tag here, which is this tab here, which is from the Felicity Jane Maggie kit. And to be honest with you, I'm not good at fuzzy cutting, but you know, that's alright. It didn't look, you know, if you actually look close, it wasn't perfect, but I tend to try and go slow just so that it at least looks a bit curvy. And that's essentially what I did. And then I just added that on the left side along the kind of that pattern paper line there. And the next thing I want to do is I want to stamp onto stamp on that tag there, on that tab there. And I decided to go with this one, which says This Story. And this particular stamp set is actually from the Felicity Jane kit as well, but it's actually from the newer kit, and it's called Felicity. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some journaling. So what did I say? I essentially talked about the photo on the right of it. So we went to this restaurant, I think it was like for afternoon tea or afternoon tea or for dinner, I can't remember. I essentially just described what it was, and you know, I can still remember and also see that it's actually from, you know, a name of a restaurant. So that's what I described there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to add some journaling onto this card here, which I created earlier. And I am essentially talking about the photo on the top there. And what did I say? I said we went out for brunch on Saturday morning at a place called The Little Guy, and we ordered these 2 dishes, and I really like their potato hash. So, and the next thing I'm going to do is I want to decorate this photo. I decided to stamp directly onto the photo, and this stamp set is actually from the Stuff Story stamp from Ali Edwards. And for some reason, the stamp was a little bit kind of on an angle, so that's why I kind of moved it around just to make sure that it goes straight. And so it says Stuff of My Life. And what am I doing next? So, and then I added a heart there to replace the letter O. And the main reason I did that is because the O was actually kind of in the gap between the two plates. And so it was quite dark and it was kind of difficult to see, so I thought, why not make a feature of it? So I just added a heart there, which is from Pseudo Calico. And then I added just some short journaling onto it using my silver pen, and that one's actually from Ali Edwards' website. Now, I'm moving on to the right side of the spread. And this week, most of the photos are actually from a trip we went to, I think it was on Sunday, and we went for a really long walk. I think it was like 5 hours or something, and the drive itself took like essentially 2 hours there, 2 hours back. So it was a really long day. And so, yeah, so I took many photos, and it was a wild day. Let's put it that way. It was 4 hours total walk, and it was really fun. So I essentially just added most of the photos here, and I used those chipboards, which are from the Ali Edwards Wild Story Kit, as well as this one here, which I think says Wild, Thank You Live. And the next thing I'm going to do is I want to pick out a 3x4 journaling card. I went with this one, which says Tree Hugger, and I thought it fits quite well, mainly because we went for a walk and essentially in the forest, so that was fun. Excuse me. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I want to create a decorative card, so I just pull out all these die cut pieces, which are from the Hip Kit Club Scrapbook kit from July 2016. And these die cut pieces, I believe they're designed by Kim Watson as well. And now I'm just kind of trying to put together and see what I want to add. And just going through a bunch of stuff. I really like this piece that says Explore, and I think it fits quite well with today's Winter Weeks theme, I guess. And so I am happy with this arrangement. And so now I'm just adhering that down using my roll adhesive, and with those leaves as well. the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this puffy sticker here, which is also from the kit. It's actually from Freckle Fun. I think it's Freckle Fun that is the brand. Excuse me. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I also want to create another 3x4 journaling card. So I'm just looking through what I've got in the Felicity Jane kit. I decided to go with this piece, which is part of the cut apart sheet, which is from the Maggie kit. And I also like this plastic, I guess, rubber piece here, which is hello. And I'm going to adhere that using a brad. So I am using my crocodile to punch a hole there and then just adhere that brad. And where did I get that brad from? I've got it from my stash, so it's really old, but any brad would work fine there too. I think I've got some of them from Stampin' Up, but I think this particular one I just got it from my local scrapbooking store. I think it's called Frenchville or something. I'm not sure whether it's available in the US, but certainly I think if you go to Spotlight in Australia, I think it should be available. And that is essentially it for that card. So I added some journaling there, and now I'm just kind of putting that into their, I guess, respective pockets. And I'm also going to add this hard puffy sticker here, which is also from the Hip Kit Club's scrapbook kit as well. Now I'm just going to add some journaling onto this card here. I am keeping this one quite simple. I essentially talked about the fact that we drove to Wilson's Prom, which is the place we went for a walk, and it was a really long day, but it was really fun. I think it was in total, 20k, so 20 kilometers, so quite a long day, but we really enjoyed it. And now I am just adding doing some stamping onto this photo here. And it says, remember this stuff, which is once again from the Stuff Stories stamp, from Ali with Stuff Stories stamp. And then I'm also going to be adding some journaling directly onto this photo, just underneath that stamp image. And I essentially said, on the way back from the walk, we drove past a Krispy Kreme, and so we've got a half a dozen of warm original glaze. So here's some close up, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me again today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please give a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. And if you're on YouTube, to let you know when my next video comes out, please subscribe. I've also got some information at the end just in case you're interested in following me in other ways. And yeah, have a good week.